The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here we go. 180! White.
Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's second and 7 now from the 28. On second down, a run with Breida. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards there, first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
11. Rush in. Recon, 132 fighter.
On first down, here's Breida. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 180. 21.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 54. Here's Breida. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, 33 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call a running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Now it's Breida. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
They run for it with Breida. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Here we go.
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
65.
Now a give coming right is Breida. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown in this opening. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the 1st down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. Breida, he'll try the right side. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here we go on 4th down. And he loses the football a 2nd time. But an alert 49er able to gain possession, so they will indeed hold on to the pigskin. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with Breida. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Here we go.
56. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
Lock.
Give me something.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. This is Breida. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a give running left is Breida. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
11. Joker.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. Here's a handoff left side to Breida. 11 yards there, just like last play. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. They run it with Breida. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
On the handoff, this is Breida. He juked him, and he'll find some space up to about the 25. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida, and he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Now a give to Breida. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. The first down play, to be frank, nothing short of awful, and now they have to deal with 2nd and very long. Room here to run. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 30, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. In on the stop, it was Travarius Moore. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
Here we go.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and run for it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They run again with Breida. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. The tackle made by Antone Exum.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Here we go.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Now a handoff looking right. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman, and he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
Here we go.
It's going to be a long day.
Now they try the right side here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll run it with Coleman. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st down, Coleman. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
All right, D, let's go. All right, D. Check it out.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And this defense will take over right at midfield. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Give him 9 on the pickup, but they're still a few inches short now on 4th down. Kyle Shanahan's made the decision. They're going on 4th down. Here we go on 4th down. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Kyle Shanahan, an offensive mind, but his guys stopped up short. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now a handoff here to his running back. So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now they try the right side here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are back within a single score.
Check 13. Check 13.
They run it with Breida. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida 76 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
They'll begin the drive with Breida. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. On second down, a run with Breida. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On first down, here's Breida. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concession stand outside of your eyesight and getting it done that way. Look, I mean, they were serving the good stuff. I had to do it.
Oh, man, but you're svelte, in good shape, but yeah, you cheated a little bit. We'll let it slide.
I appreciate that. Always a pleasure to work with you.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
Throwing on second and 14. Rivers over the middle, and it's incomplete. Phillip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it.
He's crashing. He's checking.
Hey, 79! 79! Hey, Delta! Hey, ready! Behind!
Third and long for Rivers. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On fourth down, they snap it to Rivers. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. They just got that play off. Now Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, Rocket. 5.
Throwing again. Rivers. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Wait, 89.
This is Elliott. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Throwing, Rivers. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Geno Atkins got home that time. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down.
Yellow.
Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. Touchdown, Vikings. Travis Kelsey, 56 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And now we've got a stoppage and a timeout here called by the defense. It's their first of this first half as they look to regroup and hopefully stop the 2-point conversion coming up. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And he will get in to make it 8-0. And a little quarterback draw option works to perfection for him.
Yeah, it's hard to account for the quarterback in most situations on defense, and that's why the quarterback draw is so successful. Everyone else covered, makes a little fake, runs into the end zone.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they face a difficult 3rd and 12 coming up. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Running with Elliott. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Yellow, there's a little lady.
I'm scared.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. The left side, it's Dorsett. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the deep.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Or give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but this is a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 16, Rivers looking middle, and it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Rivers. And Cooks has it over the middle. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Here's Rivers. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position.
Check 26, check 26. 15. Hero 15.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The first-round pick, Jair Alexander, making the tackle. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, Rivers. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep, Ryan Switzer. Fielded at the 20. It'll go as a 50-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
So first thing across my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Rivers. That's caught. It's Thomas. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Elliott. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. They come out here in the I. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half. Here's Elliott. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ezekiel Elliott. As time expires in the first half, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gano the extra point. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the night, and the Raiders have taken the lead.
Easy.
To throw, Rivers. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as head play backfires in a big way. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate? Blitz coming, and down he goes. Khalil Mack able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 more yards there and another first down.
He's moving, boys, he's moving.
Mahomes now on first down. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Philip Dorsett, 53 yards. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead.
And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. He's at the 50, the 40, past the 20, 10, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as head play backfires in a big way. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Elliott. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. Down 2 scores. I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. Well, it didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk.
Philip Dorsett by himself. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared. Physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill? Maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
Ready? 180.
Mike, 45. 3 gun.
Gun.
They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Here's Gurley. Call it a gain of a couple there as it'll leave him with a 2nd and just 3.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Game.
That's it. Black 80.
Check Black 45. Not today, you want. Not today.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Newton. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that. First drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
This is fielded at the goal line. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Coming off the pick six, it's Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. To throw again. Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
To throw is Newton. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Yellow. On the line.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself, eluding the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend the lead to 11-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
Exactly.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes. We're trying to put them on the ground.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On the toss, it's Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th. They will go for it. Now Newton. Oh, that one sailed it. From up top next to Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, folks, we were already excited for this game. And then before the contest, you and I are down on the field outside the white lines.
Yes, we were following the rules.
We were following the rules, and a ball comes over our direction, but we can't see it. Somebody yells heads up, and instinctively you turn around and you snare it one-handed with your off left hand. So now we're really ready for football.
No gloves either.
No gloves.
No gloves. Not like what the guys are wearing playing the game now. But wasn't that a whole lot better than that time we were down there? And I got the coffee spilled on me when I got nailed by the punt returner.
That happened to the Vikings, right?
Yes, a much better job of being heads up this time. Thank you for the notice.
And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
But that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check back. Over.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown! David Johnson, 34 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And they're in on the first play from scrimmage. Our crew and you and I, we better strap in here.
That's what's commonly known as quick strike. Points on the board. This could be a fun game.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check.
Yellow. There's a little lane.
Squeeze, double.
15.
You got time right there.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the one he was looking for. And it's 2nd down. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
It's just me and you.
15. Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Philip Dorsett holds it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Let's go, defense. It's our time.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hold the love. Hold.
Hey, rip lift.
On first down, Mahomes. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
Let's go.
43.
Alert 3.
57, 57.
Bravo!
Here we go, son.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. It put their defense in a really tough spot.
Rush in! Rush in! Rush in!
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Okay,
just like that. Just like that. He's got it. Double up, double up. He's got it, double up. Yeah,
here we are going.
Check safety, check safety. Check.
Boom, boom. Live.
45's the mic, 45's the mic.
Hey, black.
Now on second and 13. Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Jack Crawford never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Over here.
Check. Lucky.
All right.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. And he's got some space here. David Johnson on his way. He's at the 30, the 20, and all the way in for the touchdown. David Johnson, 98 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Easy. Sally, don't let Sally.
A first down carry here for Johnson. Johnson, it's poke free. Football's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. He'll get it up the middle. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Zerline good with a PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That could be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Check 25. Back to him. Crunch. Begin. Check three.
And his throw here's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
I'm coming after you. No. Hey, check 26. 45.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Hey, exit.
Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Telvin Smith. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Yellow. Go, ladies. 53. Here we go.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set them up 1st and goal.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Yellow. Jump.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Beckham there to make the grab as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On the ground, this is Johnson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. On second down, Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
Third down and 2.
58. Right now, you got 58. Box it, box it, box it, box it.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards on third down as the drive rolls on.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Uncle, over here.
Switch it.
All right.
Watch out.
On second down now, it's Johnson, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And again this time to the tailback. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
You ain't got nothing. Back north.
58, Mike.
Here we go.
On play action, now Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, We know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try to get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I know he ain't got it.
On first down, Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A first down there on a pickup at 25.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now Mahomes. That is caught inside the 5. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. It wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So second and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 20. 10. 5. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Number 50. Hey, you find over here. That's all right.
Here's Johnson. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And his guys have taken the lead. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it two ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
Push him back. Push him back. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
Mahomes now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded. But there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good.
I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Kenny Clark, his second sack of the night. Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. And able to find Dorsett. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down. Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively. You don't see that a ton, do you? A cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
I got you, baby. I got you. Yellow.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Outright, he gets this one to Switzer. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. They get 11 there on 4th and 10. Didn't get it by much, but it is a first down. Mahomes now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. Looking for Kelsey on the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 37 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Mahomes pass. Intended for Blake Jarwin. Incomplete. Landon Collins on the coverage.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. It's a party.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after after this is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. And Barkley will try to punch it in, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They come out here in the eye. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Here's Barkley. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They run. It's Johnson. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. Johnson kept out of the end zone on 4th down, and the ball will go over on the goal line stand. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
The busy night continues for Johnson. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 12 yards there and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
45. Mike, 45.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the jet sweep, they get this to Cooks. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They stay on the ground on first for Johnson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Back. Any weapon. Wipe up. Kill. Back north. Jump out.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll be